Hello everybody, so I want to go through something ecom related, not specifically Amazon FBA, but something that we can gain value from. Just for context, I'm a seven-figure entrepreneur. I own a company that sells the products, i.e. building brands, and I own a company that helps clients sell their products, i.e. an ads agency, focusing specifically on Amazon FBA first, but Shopify and D2C second. So Brian Porter, who is Brian Porter? Why is this relevant? So Brian Porter, he's one of the owners of Simple Modern. Simple Modern is a 9-figure brand, so doing over $100 million a year in revenue. They sell cups, basically. Let me just open them up here. It's not cups, what's it called? Tumblers, sorry, I should say. They sell tumblers and water bottles, so you can see them here. But they were an Amazon first brand. And again, this is not a product that you would think, at least before you get into it, is like hugely something you can innovate on, but they have, so that's hugely inspiring in terms of the tumblers and the bottles, being able to innovate on something that would seem a bit more standard. So all the credit goes to them, and they have a big company now. So anyway, coming back into what we're seeing here. So if you're not following him already, follow him on Twitter. Huge value add. The guys over there are quite transparent, and there's always something interesting when they do share a post. So what he states is our D2C average order value is 4x, transforming our ability to scale the channel. So what does he mean by this? So D2C, he's referring to obviously Shopify here, or the equivalent basically off Amazon. And what he's referring to is increasing his average order value. So if he's selling products that are maybe $20, $30, the average order value would usually be around that, around the price point of your product. Unless, of course, you can get multiple purchases in the one order. So maybe they buy 2 or 3 of your products. So then a $30 AOV average might go up. If customers are making, at least some of them are making, let's say a $90 purchase, AOV is going to go up. Or maybe you've got complementary products in there that are going to buy one of your hero products and then buy a complementary product as well, let's say for another $30. That would increase the AOV. Now, why do we want to increase the AOV? Well, we want to increase the AOV because it's going to allow us to spend more money on ads. So if we've got a higher ad budget than our competition, we can be more aggressive than them. We can capture more market share than them. And ultimately, we can win out that battle. Or at least we have a great head start to win out that battle and capture that market share. So that's why AOV is important. Now, there is things you have to consider as well. Some people think AOV is potentially overrated. And this is because AOV, let's say your AOV increases from $30 to $90. Sometimes because you're basically running more ads, sometimes your spend can go up as well. So your cost of acquisition can actually go up. So you might be spending, whereas you're spending maybe $10 before or $20 to acquire the customer at the $30 price point. If the AOV might be $70, the cost of acquisition might actually go up. It might be 40, 50. It might even be higher. So AOV is not everything, but it is an important metric because it's very measurable. And it is a way you can actually increase your ability to spend on ads, provided you do it right. So let's further expand here on what he's looking at. So how did they do it with Simple Modern? They launched products at higher retails. So basically added more products at a higher price point. Very simple but effective approach. Meta ads for bundle discounts. So running meta ads, they're offering discounts on bundles. So that might be buying 2 or 3 tumblers at a time. And ultimately, this is going to make a big difference to the AOV, so that's important. Free shipping, so from $20 to $50 carts. So they've offered free shipping as well, which means they're getting people to get a higher conversion rate, that's for sure. And that's led to a higher AOV. So personalization, upsell. So this is a good one as well because there's many products that can avail of personalization. So obviously having some sort of maybe an engraving or a specific style or design, basically being able to personalize the product gives a more premium feel. So you're able to charge a lot more money. So if they're selling a product for say $30 or $40, let's have a look specifically. And let's go into the more standard hydration Mesa. I assume this is one of their top selling products. So let's have a look. And a beautiful website you gotta give. Look at it, it's gorgeous. This is a standout button here as well, customize. So $34.99, we customize it. Loading customizer. So very cool. The UX, the user experience, really nice because it's probably something that takes a lot in their backend to actually load. So let's see what pops up here. if it ever pops up. Okay, I mean, look, it's fully customizable, front, back, text. So we go Shane, see what comes up. So look, this is what we're working with here. Beautiful, it's a beautiful feature here. $42.99, so it increases it. And I'm sure if I add more here, maybe not. Let me just Shane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, still says the same. Okay, it's probably just as easy, just one single print. So this is obviously going to increase their AOV, and a beautiful way to do so. Creates more meaning with the products. People like the products more. It has something that suits them. So inevitably they're going to actually like the product more, because it's personalized to them. What does that mean? Probably means better reviews. Probably means their friends see it and get a bit like, oh, I want that with my personalization. So it's going to increase the referrals as well. So obviously if you can avail that, it can be great. Website exclusive drops. So yes, obviously they're on Amazon, doing huge numbers on Amazon as well. And a way to get around, let's say, a way to increase or launch products at a higher price point or deliver some value off of Amazon is putting exclusive ones on Shopify. And this is no doubt, I would assume, at a higher price point. But that's another way of doing it, exclusive ones. TikTok shop driving demand for high ASP. I don't know what high ASP means. Average selling price products. Okay, I'm assuming that's what it is. So TikTok driving demand for high average selling price products. So yeah, some of that customizable creative, if they're doing some influencer and UGC on TikTok, creates demand, very powerful. And they're obviously talking about having higher priced products in that UGC, in that TikTok shop. So that it is increasing their AOV. Basically, they're just selling more higher priced products. So very simple. Okay, so someone's disagreeing that AOV is an overrated, someone says that AOV is an overrated metric. He doesn't disagree. Native Amazon brands must find a way to spend $20 plus to profitably acquire customers for D2C to scale. So yeah, on Amazon, because the conversion rates are quite high, conversion rates can be 10%, 20%, 30%. I've seen 40% conversion rates, just including subscribe and savers. But you don't get that on Shopify. It's not going to be that high. So therefore, if you were launching off of Amazon, you're going to have to spend more on ads. And many Amazon brands cannot handle that increase. So these are some of the way they've done that with higher priced products, etc. So must find ways to spend $20 to profitably acquire a customer for D2C scale. Increasing it can increase margins. Okay, yeah, beautiful. In 2020, our strategy was to compete with Amazon on single unit orders. We know that Amazon have the best value prop. They have best supply chain in the world. Our D2C margins explode at multiple unit orders. It costs $12 to ship one item and $14 to ship 3 items in a box. So that just goes to show, let's say they 3 of the same product here. 3 times $30, that's $90 right in sales value. But their shipping goes up nearly nothing, so it's a huge unlock here and hugely beneficial. So our most recent explosion AOV is because we could scale bundle and save ads more than we've ever been able to. So you can see the graph here again. A credit to the guys, obviously, on their great work. And I do note that they are Jesus follower, God. So I gotta love that as well. Okay, what else we got in the comments here? Because I did see a couple of interesting comments. And that's also in key, we push multiple unit orders in D2C, better standing, better orders bleed. Okay, so they understand that even though they're spending on Meta, some of the ads without attribution are coming onto Amazon. So a way of getting that, one, building the brand off of Amazon, you want to get branded share up, but also there is as I call it, bleeding the sales over. So people are seeing the ads on Meta, Facebook, Instagram, etc., and then they're actually purchasing on Amazon. Now there's no direct attribution, but they've obviously tested this and can see it. Higher pre-marketing D2C profit and incrementally testing has allowed us to spend more on the Meta. And obviously Meta is the huge one for running e-com ads. Someone else commenting here, how they've increased it by 2x. As you say, the critical thing, especially at low, is the specific unit economics of D2C or last month shipping centers built into the model. I still think that point's under supplementability. There was another comment here that I liked, and it was this one. Did someone else? Although is this a CEO? Co-founder and CEO. So getting AOV up while the average retail is around $30 has been challenging. You've done a great job. So obviously a lot of so here has CAC. So I mentioned this bit earlier, but a 4x increase in AOV. Good question. Wondering, I would guess yes. So their CAC may have increased, as in their cost of acquisition of customers or ad spend. But seasons, Brian says for sure, but seasons where we can advertise big discounts based on cart size helps. Website LTV has been positively impacted by larger purchases than CAC has been negatively impacted. So what they are seeing here is a very important point, is people that make those bigger purchases. So they're buying multiple units, let's say. Maybe they're buying the gifts for friends. Maybe they're getting that customization. These are things that give you more of a connection to the brand, okay? So people buying those for their friends and stuff get a real good feeling off that, or maybe they're buying multiple units. They've one for the gym, one for at home, one for the office. They're seeing the brand everywhere. So what Brian has noted down is that the LTV, so the lifetime value, is increasing. So that sentiment, that connection with the customer, those bigger purchases are, despite CAC increasing, the LTV is increasing more. So this is huge, because this is where you really start building the brand. And yet again, hats off to these guys. So that's amazing. I don't think there's anything else interesting here. But again, very inspiring stuff, guys. And let me know what your thoughts are on this. And as I said, all credit to these guys. Make sure you follow them. And there's always some interesting stuff they share. So until next time.